Aussie Beach TV. You're watching Aussie Beach TV.
Recently, Byron Bay has been in the headlines a lot lately for the reported escalation of violent attacks, and the media seem to think that more police are the answer. In fact, all over Australia, people are asking for more police in their communities to guard against crime. What are your thoughts on the police, and do you feel safe here in Byron Bay?
I feel absolutely safe in Byron Bay. I mean, we have very, very little crime and violence in Byron Bay. The only violence we have is sometimes tourists from nightclubs at night, because the council has created all these nightclubs and have created all these late liquor licences, and they promoted the town as a tourist destination. They created the whole scene for themselves. Recently there was a report on the ABC or Channel 7 about some violence in town. This was actually staged by the police. I'm certain of it, because we came to town that day and there was the ABC News crew set up on the roundabout filming down the street. And I said to a friend of mine that day, I said, "Oh look, the news crew's in town. I bet we see some violence in town tonight." That night, about 11 o'clock, there was actually an area next to the crossing in town that the the ABC News crew had barricaded off so they could have their camera there focused on the crossing.
Oh.
Then, of course, right on cue, some people walked across the crossing. These were people from out of town that nobody had seen before, that looked suspiciously like off-duty police officers, that created a big scuffle on the crossing in Byron Bay, and they filmed it, and here was this violent altercation on the news. Then, of course, the police arrived and arrested these people and dragged them off, but funnily, no one was charged with any crime and no one went through the court system. So I would suggest that the whole thing was a staged event. Well, it was done because Byron Bay Police have been trying to put cameras in town, and the whole town was up in arms about it and didn't want it. So of course later that week they had a violent altercation on the crossing, and they got to put cameras in the very next week. This is another false flag attack, and I put it to the Byron Police that you guys staged that attack, and that the news team was involved. They were here right on the right day. They were filming the town. The whole thing was a setup, and you guys are a bunch of liars.
Exactly.
You're watching Aussie Beach TV. The hottest girl.
Yeah, you almost got into a fight the other day, didn't you, Robbo?
Yeah, well, that's when you help an old lady that doesn't want it. She smacked me with her bag. You know, I'm glad the fake cameras are there now to protect me, and I feel a whole lot safer with a whole bunch of weird people watching my every movement. She did score me some weed too as well, so that kind of helped.